Hi, David Odell here with OdellCompleteConcrete. This is our first day on the job site. This is a backyard job. There's a drainage culvert in the back there that you can kind of see through the chain link. This water hose on the ground represents the new concrete patio outline. Now, the way this drains right now, there's a big hump of dirt in the backyard, and it drains towards the house, all the water, so they have a little bit of water problems with water coming up inside the house because the water drains towards the foundation, which is never a good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a lot of dirt out of this backyard. We took a couple of 10-yard loads out of here just to get it graded so it slopes to the rear of the property. And then we'll also install some 4-inch drains and pick up some gutters off of the roof runoff, which is a big problem when it lands right next to the foundation. So that all will drop into the drain and exit through a core hole through the retaining wall right into the culvert. There's a big tree stump over here that we're going to have to remove. In order to remove that, what we do with the tractor is dig around the outside perimeter of the roots, because that's where they're the weakest. They're the weakest, the furthest away from the stump, so you can kind of grab them at that point and peel them up towards the stump. And once you've done that, the stump's pretty loose. Well, we're taking about a good 6 to 8 inches of dirt out of this backyard, especially right through the middle where they've crowned it up. And all that dirt that built up in the backyard was generated from the room addition. The room addition, all the footing dirt that came out of that ended up in the backyard. So I have the laser level set up here somewhere on the job site, and we kind of determined there is a retaining wall underneath that chain link fence. We determined we need to be about 2 inches below that, and that'll give us, from the top of existing patio slab, that'll give us about 4 inches of slope. Hi, I'm David Odell with OdellCompleteConcrete. I'm here with the homeowner, Don, and we're in his backyard right now. And as you can see what we're doing here, it was just grass and dirt, and we actually had a reverse slope here, and everything was kind of sloping towards the house. The whole goal here is to get proper drainage into that culvert in the backyard. And I did want to ask Don how he found us and why he chose me to do his job. Do you have any thing you'd like to say about that?
Was browsing YouTube, and I happened on your channel, and I come from a construction background, and so I could see that you guys don't cut corners and you do things the right way, and so I was impressed with how you guys do stuff. And so I thought, okay, if I was going to hire somebody, I would be comfortable hiring guys like this, and so I called you up, and
here we are.
Yeah,
getting the job done.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Don, for calling me. It's been a pleasure working with you today, and it's going to be nice when we get done here. It's going to be a beautiful backyard.
Yeah, it'll go from being the worst yard in the neighborhood to one of the best ones.
Yeah. Well, the finished product, long-term goals, we're gonna put some concrete along the back of the house, and then maybe phase 2, I think you might do some decomposed granite everywhere else, so it's really maintenance free, and you can really start to enjoy this backyard a little bit more.
Yeah.
So let's get down to business. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. So there's that laser level I was talking about. And how did you like that little surprise clip we threw in there? That was some one-on-one action with the homeowner. Also, there's another one in here that's going to be coming up towards the end of this video. A little more one-on-one action with the homeowner. So right now I'm establishing the grade here. When I first established those lines on the wall there, I was thinking the weepscrete wasn't level. So I double checked the laser level, and I determined the laser level was out of calibration. Now you can calibrate those things yourself pretty easily. There's some adjustments on your bubbles. You just need to be in a dark place with 25 feet of clearance to do so, and that's a whole nother show though. But in this particular case, right now we got the wood stakes kind of representing the outside perimeter of this patio, and it kind of has a 45-degree angle. It has that little 8-foot shootout from the column there, and that's where the new island's gonna go. Actually, that's where the new island was gonna go, but that's changed since the end of this job. Now it's going underneath the existing patio cover. I ran out of my duplex 6 nails on this job, so I actually used screws on my stakes, which is very rare. I normally don't use screws unless it's something I have to strip. It's in a tight area. Like steps, for instance, I like to use screws when coming down on a hill or something, and it's easy to get out and they hold really tight for heavy loads. Eventually, the long-term goal for the owner here is to put some drought tolerant, some decomposed granite in the backyard, real low maintenance. There's also going to be a little walkway right along the back of the house here. It's going to be about 4.5 feet wide. That was actually the portion of the house where they're having the water problems inside through the floor. They have an AC concrete pad there sitting on that little fiberglass thing, and that concrete there is a lot higher than what the new concrete's going to be at, which is okay, so you get plenty good water runoff from out from underneath the AC unit. The homeowner worked pretty much the whole job out there with us, and this happened to me on the last few videos. The homeowner was out there wanting to participate in the actual construction, which was nice. Well, we're going to compact everything with the plate compactor, and on that existing patio I'm going to drill some holes in the end of it there and ram some 3/8 rebar in there so that the two separate pours they'll never raise or lower. They'll always be flush. That's what those dowels do. It keeps it together from the concrete lifting or dropping. You can see on the back of this house the foundation underneath that stucco, the big crack. And that crack represents the footing and the slab. The footing was either poured first and then they poured the slab on top of the footing, and now it's got a cold joint and it's separating. Or they poured the footing first all the way around the building, and by the time they got their second load, the foundation was rock hard, which created a cold joint when they capped it. So in either case, it was bad. The best way to do those foundations, you start at one end, you just go out. That way everything's poured up together, foundation and slab. The rebar is going to be on 18-inch centers, and it's a 3/8 diameter. There's the 4-inch drain line. You can see it stubbed up on the corner of the house. That'll pick up gutters that are going to be going on here eventually. That'll get the water away from the building quickly. The homeowner dug in all the 4-inch drains over the weekend, and he dug the holes in the back of the retainer wall. Then my coring guy came in and put the holes in, and all the homeowner had to do is trench and run the pipes through the hole. So he did a lot of stuff himself here and saved himself a lot of money. Now also I'm drilling rebar here as well on this side of the patio. That way I have good dowels into the new and the existing. Now we got good depth here, so we're going to go ahead and put some concrete dobies under this. Normally you'd put the dobies on the bottom bar, which helps support the top bar running in the other direction. But I actually put the dobies on the top bar because that sets the bars down a little bit lower, and it gives you an extra, 3/8 of an inch, ½ inch from the surface to the bar. And it's better to have them low than high. Here's the pour. We've just shot all the prime water into the wheelbarrow, and then we get to the good concrete and we start putting it in. We also have some 1/4-inch thick 4-inch square pipes, and that's going to be for a new gate. You can see them against the house and the white block wall. Homeowner primed them and painted them up, and then we just kind of put them in place and put concrete around them. Now as the concrete dries, we'll put a magnetic level on the side of those posts and plumb them up. As the concrete gets drier, it holds it straight. Now this particular mix design is a 3000 psi with 1% polar set. We had a possibility of rain on this pour day, so I went with some accelerator and high cement ratio to really kick it off, because when the water starts coming off of that roof, it can really do some damage on concrete. Even a few hours old, it'll wear a hole right in it on the drip line. So we got the 3000 psi, the polar set, and this stuff went off really fast. We were right on the edge of losing this thing from pour to finish. I didn't even have a chance to get out of my rubber boots before we had to actually start finishing this thing. We're going to do hand tool joints as well. We're going to run that 2.5-inch deep cutter, and that really breaks your aggregate all the way down to your rebar. Then what happens is we run the 3/4 deep 1/2-inch radius joiner on top of that. Now you could potentially close that joint all the way up after running that 2.5 deep, and it's still going to crack in that straight line there, even if you don't see the joint, because what you've done is you've separated the aggregate, and that's what holds concrete together. And there's that 2.5-inch deep cutter. It's a 3 foot long, straight. Nice thing about that tool, you can get really nice straight lines without having to snap a string line or anything like that. You can look up it just like you would look up a bow or an arrow when you get a nice straight line. So it was non-stop from pour to end on this particular mix design here. We went straight to the bowl float right behind the rod. We went straight to the big blue right after the bowl float. Then we went funny float. Well, excuse me. No, we went funny float right after the bowl float. Then we went big blue. Then we went funny trowel. Now this is your hand pass on the knee boards. He's got some foam lined knee boards, kind of the old school style. where you pick them up and move them. They're real comfortable. Everybody got involved on finishing on this particular day because it was kind of we were all really moving to keep up with this particular load. Turned out beautiful though. Also, we have another little clip towards the end with the homeowner, little one-on-one interaction. Considering doing that a little bit more if I can get some homeowners are more than willing to do it. You just never know. Some might be a little camera shy also, so you got to be careful of that. There's my little 30-inch horsehair combo broom. It's nylon, 50% nylon and 50% horsehair. I like to go with the black hair, but you can get gray, you can get brown, just depends. What the nylon does for the horsehair is it keeps them straight. You ever noticed on a mane of a horse it always kind of rolls over to the side? Well, the same thing happens to the broom if the nylon's not in there. Then it's really hard to pull straight lines on your broom. Anyway, we're going to be coming up on the next clip real soon, and then we'll do a little closure on the actual finished product. Hi, this is David Odell with OdellCompleteConcrete. I'm here with the homeowner, Dawn, and this is what the job looks like when it's completed. As you can see, it turned out really nice. What do you have to say about what we've done here in comparison to other people that you've hired to do other concrete work around your house?
Well, I hired another guy about a year ago to pour that slab there. He charged me an absolute fortune, and he did a horrible job. It's full of bird baths and puddles and doesn't drain properly, and it was just a nightmare. Complete, total contrast to these guys here. They did a great job. It looks beautiful. It looks like it's all sloped properly. It's finished really nicely. I can't say enough good things about these guys. They did a really good job.
Yeah, that's great, Don. It was a pleasure working for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked this, and that's the beauty of YouTube, isn't it?
Yes,
I mean, you get
is.
to see what you're going to get before you actually get it.
I wish I had YouTube on the last guy.
Right. I know.
Because then I would have known not to hire him.
This way you know what you're getting ahead of time, so you already know without there's no guesswork.
Yeah.
All you got to do is look at all the videos, and you can see what you're going to get, and that's it. It's real sweet and simple.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching the video, and I'm going to try to get more interaction with more homeowners. I mean, you know, when we do these, you never know. Some people may be camera shy, like myself, for instance, but they may not even want to get on camera. But, you know, we'll see in the future. I'm going to get some more interaction with homeowners. It's always nice to hear what they have to say. Thanks, and have a good one. So let me know how you like the interaction with the owner. I might try to do it more depending on how many likes I got or good comments I get about that. So if they're good, I'll get more interaction with the homeowner in the future. That shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, this is what it looks like. We stripped this the same day, and I did make a mistake. I oiled it the day before. I oiled the forms the day before, and I should have oiled them the morning of. So the oil actually didn't work that well when we stripped, and we had a couple edge failures that we had to re-trowel out. So make sure you oil the morning of the pour instead of a couple days before. That makes a big difference. Also, clean forms really help too. So if you like the videos, subscribe, and if you like them a lot, try to share them with some friends, family, co-workers, whoever you like that you think would be interested in seeing some of this stuff. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.